Hey everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the Sellerboard Show. My name is Vladdy Gordon, and today we're going to talk about Shopify, specifically about dropshipping through your own Shopify store. We have Kamil Sattar with us, the Ecom King, and he'll walk us through the process of picking the right product for dropshipping, like setting up your store and setting up the advertisement. And this is the most interesting part, actually, because you need to get traffic to your store and make it in a way that you have some profit left after every sale. So how do you attract customers and stay profitable? I hope you like it. It was very interesting for me and a relatively new topic. And by the way, we have a couple of Shopify products coming up. One is a Shopify profit dashboard. As you know, guys, sellerboard is a profit dashboard for Amazon sellers with a lot of other tools, but this is kind of our key focus. And a lot of customers have been asking ourselves if we can add other channels like Shopify, because some Amazon sellers are also selling on Shopify. And this is why we built the Shopify profit dashboard, and it's going to be available for the beta testing in a few weeks. So make sure you get yourself a free trial through the link in the description. And by the way, Sellerboard is only $19 a month after the free trial. So make sure you give it a try. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're releasing these videos regularly, and give us a like if you like this content, and let us know what you think in the comments. Let's start the show. Hello, Kamil. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Are you?
Doing great, thanks. Home office in
Good
Corona
stuff.
times.
Yeah, it's crazy out there at the moment.
So tell us about yourself, Kamil.
Yeah, so my name's Mohammed Kamil Sattar. I'm 21 years old. I was born in 1999. I started my e-commerce journey back in 2015 when I just quit my job and left college. And for the first year of quitting college back in 2015, I started doing buying and reselling, buying high-end brands, selling them online, eBay, eBay, Depop, online selling platforms like that. And then after around about 2 years a year, I got into dropshipping in 2017. And my first product that I sold that did well was an iPhone privacy screen protector. And I did $25,000 with that. And then a year after, I was able to do $1 million in revenue. And then a year after that, we've now done multiple $1 million in revenue. I've now been established on Forbes, Business Insider, Inc. magazine for all my accomplishments.
Nice.
And now I have a YouTube channel where I teach people my success and how I got there.
Wow. And that all is based on dropshipping.
That was all based on dropshipping.
Okay, so that's very interesting. Let me tell you, like, our audience are Amazon sellers. So when they hear dropshipping, they mostly think about dropshipping on Amazon. But as far as I understand, you don't do Amazon, right?
I've personally never done Amazon FBA. I know a lot of people that have. I know a lot of people that do Amazon FBA, but then transition into Shopify dropshipping because the profit margins are higher, so they sometimes lean over.
Okay, so you're based completely off Amazon on Shopify, or are there any other platforms involved, like Marketplace?
Yeah, we just primarily use Shopify or WooCommerce. We don't use companies like Amazon or eBay as hosting and marketing. We solely do it all ourselves.
Okay, very cool. All right, so let's dive into this and basically discuss every step of the process and understand how somebody can build something like this. So let's start with the geography. Actually, does it really matter where are you selling, like, geographically?
Yeah, so a lot of people feel like if you're from a certain country, it's better. But honestly, anywhere is fine. At the end of the day, your supplier is going to be in China. So they're going to handle the logistics in terms of what's the main reason for you to be located where you are. It can be just based on corporations like people think you need an LLC to do well. It doesn't matter where you're from. As long as you can set up a business, you can have a payment gateway, you can just do it.
But are you selling in the US mostly or worldwide?
Yeah, the main country you'll sell to is the US. The top
Mhm.
5 countries, we call them, which is Australia, Canada, New Zealand, United Kingdom, United States, and Ireland. They're the main countries you normally get your sales from.
Okay. And your suppliers, are they local or are they
Yeah,
shipping?
so we recommend most beginners start with AliExpress, and then once you find a product that does well, you can then find a local supplier in the country that you have majority of your sales from,
Mhm.
and you can have local suppliers in Europe or US.
Okay, I got it. So you basically drop ship from AliExpress
Yeah.
through your Shopify store to the end customer.
And then once you find what we call a winning product, a product that gets a lot of sales, then you reinvest the profit into getting a local supplier,
Mhm.
because obviously when you scale a product, you don't want to make lots of money, lots of sales, but then get lots of returns because the shipping's too slow.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's start with the product. So suppose
Mm.
I want to drop ship from AliExpress. Sounds good. Everybody can buy on AliExpress.
Mhm.
Um, let's start with the product selection, right? So
Okay.
what makes a good product?
Yeah, so what makes a good product and what we call forever green products, products that will sell every year, all year, are products that have a wow factor, products that have a convenience factor. Does this product solve a problem in somebody's life? Is this product sold online and only online? You can't find it in your local department stores.
Mhm.
Does the product have an emotional effect on people? Will it get people to feel emotional because it has a sentimental value to it? They're the kind of products that do well. The most ones that do the best are, in terms of industries, are the beauty industry, the pet industry, the kids industry. They're the ones that make the most money in dropshipping. And it's just products that you can get a good video for that has a really satisfying watch to it.
Mhm.
They're the products that tend to do well, and products that are priced under $29.99 or at $29.99 have a higher chance of doing well, because obviously the conversion rate's going to be higher because the buy-in rate's a lot lower in terms
Okay,
of having to convince them to buy.
so you mean the end price, $29.99?
Yeah, so if you can sell a product for $29.99 or under and
Mhm.
retain a $15 profit margin,
Mhm.
they are the best products to sell, because obviously if you're selling cheaper products, it takes less for people to convince themselves to buy it. So that's really the main reason.
Okay, so you mentioned $15 profits. What's the rule of thumb on that? So do you need
Yeah,
like
so the reason why
50%
I say
profit?
you should make a $15 profit is because obviously with drop shipping with Shopify, it's different to Amazon. On Amazon, you have what we call search intent marketing. People are searching for your products on the website. With Shopify drop shipping, you're paying advertising platforms like Facebook, Google, YouTube to put ads so they can see your
Yeah.
product. That's called explosive marketing. So we have to pay an advertising cost. So if we're not making at least $15 after transaction fees, after marketing costs, you might not be left with any money.
So you said transact. So like, let's suppose it's a $30 product, right?
Hmm.
What should it cost on AliExpress?
So let's say it's a $30 product, you're buying it for $4. You
Mhm.
add $15 to that, you sell it for $19.99.
Mhm.
It depends on the perceived value. If the product has a high perceived value, you might want to charge even more.
Okay, so but in general, it's like you said, after subtracting the cost of goods, shipping, and marketing fees, you need to have
Yeah,
50%
you got your
margin.
cost of goods, you got your transaction fees, which is a payment gateway. So like if you use Stripe or
Mhm.
PayPal, they take a fee of every transaction.
Okay.
You've got things like, again, your marketing costs, you've got your taxes, you
Mhm.
got your app costs, you got your website costs. So after you put that all into
Mhm.
consideration, you need to make sure that you know how much you're making.
In like, for let's take this $30 product as an example. So if you pay for a product, is it like with shipping cost or without?
Yeah, it's normally what most people use is what they call the e-packet. During this
Mhm.
current situation, obviously it's not a good option to use, but
Mhm.
before and
Mhm.
after this situation, then they use e-packet, which is normally free. If it
Mhm.
isn't free, it's between $1 and $2,
Mhm.
sometimes $3.
Okay, so you need to make sure, like if you're selling for 30 and there are no additional shipping costs on that, you need to make sure like the product and shipping cost under $6.
Yeah, so shipping costs and product costs. So with Shopify dropshipping, we tend to add the shipping costs into the product costs, so it looks like
Hmm.
you get free shipping.
Yeah.
So if the product's $4 and then it costs $2 for shipping, you add
Hmm.
$2, add four, which is $6. So then you'd
Hmm.
add $15 onto that. So you'd sell your product for $22.99. Obviously, depending on the perceived value.
Okay, but like the marketing, I can imagine that bringing traffic to your
Mm.
product or shop is very expensive.
Yeah,
So,
cost per result, cost per purchase. You want to try and get it between five and $8 if you're selling products at that price.
all right. Okay, so I've got six product with shipping and $5 to $8, and the rest is your profit. That's nice, and I'd certainly like to hear more about this. But maybe let's start high level. Like, how do you get traffic to your website?
Yeah, so you got paid traffic and you got organic marketing. Paid traffic's where you're paying to get traffic put there. Organic
Hmm.
is where you're putting your time and effort into it, and then obviously you
Hmm.
can seek the rewards. Now, the main way most successful dropshippers like myself have done it is with paid traffic, like Facebook advertising,
Hmm.
Google shopping ads, YouTube advertising. They're the main sources of traffic we
Hmm.
use to get sales.
So, are these like one-time customers mostly, or do you have some like a brand or?
Oh
Um,
yeah, with drop shipping, the key is to build CLV, customer lifetime value. The key
mhm,
is to build a customer
mhm,
lifetime value, which is with text message marketing, email marketing, social media
mhm,
marketing. So, as you know, for us, it's very important that we keep our existing customers, recurring customers, because it's a lot cheaper to turn somebody that's already bought from you into another customer than it is to go out there and buy, basically create a new customer. So, it is very important that we do get reoccurring customers because that
mhm.
means we'll be a lot more profitable.
But are you still making money on the first sale?
Yeah, so in terms of how much money you really make on the first sale, it's nowhere near as much as what it will be if you make another sale off the same customer. So you might
Mhm.
only make 15 to 30% profit instead of making potentially 60 to 80% profit.
Okay, but you're still profitable. Like you don't need
Oh
to
yeah, it's still
invest in.
profitable on your first sale if
Mhm,
you're doing it right, but it's just
mhm.
nowhere near as much as it
Yeah,
would be if you turned the customer
yeah.
into another one, a recurring customer. Sorry.
Okay, got it. Cool. I'd like to talk to you about traffic in a minute, but maybe one more question about sourcing. Are there any other like parameters, regulations? So, for example, I know if you ship into the EU or
Mhm.
to Germany, the product shouldn't cost more than 23 euros, because
Mhm.
otherwise the customer needs to pay VAT and go to the customs and collect the product, and that's.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very complicated scenario. Depending on certain countries, depend on the import taxes and stuff like that. So every country has a different rate, and it depends where you're currently living and where everything gets set off by. But majority of times, the supplier will pay the fee.
Mhm,
If not, sometimes the customer has to pay it. But it is very complicated. Now, it's not something that I would discuss on here because it's just so much detail that I'd have to
mhm,
go into. So I definitely recommend the viewers on here if they're interested. There's a lot of videos on YouTube highlighting every single country.
mhm. But like, do you even care, or is it basically do you say like, okay, doesn't matter if they buy a product for $300 and they need to pay an import tax? It's basically the problem of your customer,
So
or
this is the thing. You should strategize before you sell. So before you sell the product, you need to ask the supplier, look, will you pay it for me? Do I have to
Mhm,
pay it? Does my
mhm,
customer pay it? And then once the supplier tells you if you need to pay it, then
mhm,
you pay it, which means you need to charge.
mhm.
So whatever that charge would be, you'd add it into the product cost. So you
Yeah.
know that you're not going to take a hit. If the supplier is paying for it, you don't need to worry about it. If the customer is paying for it, which I don't ever recommend you do,
Mhm,
so it's only ever those two options. Some people make
mhm,
the customers pay, but it's not a good experience.
mhm. Okay, and what like they can in the worst case they can claim their money back, or how does it work? Like,
In terms of what, sorry?
I mean, if a customer says, "Okay, I need to pay an import tax. I'm not happy," can they get them? Like on Amazon, for example, they can get a refund. Amazon refunds them immediately, no questions asked. Like
Do they
the shop,
refund them the import tax or the whole product?
the whole product. Like, I mean, if I order something and then I get a letter from the customs and they say, "Okay, you need to pay taxes or whatever," as a customer, can I say, "Okay, I don't want to have this, and please give me all my money
The way
back," or
we
is it?
handle it is we would say to the customer, "Look, we'll pay it for you,"
Mhm.
and then it'll just get straight to the house. We wouldn't
Okay.
say, "Look, we'll." completely back from you. We'll just pay it.
Okay. All right. Got it. Okay, cool. So can you make a couple of examples? Like what can I imagine as a good product, or maybe as a bad product, or a standard product for dropshipping? You don't need to tell us any secrets, but just, maybe.
So okay, so there's a few guidelines. So in terms of bad products, you want to stay away from things that are trademarked. So things like Marvel, DC, things like that. You want to stay away from things that are digestibles, things that you put into your mouth and digest. You want to stay away from skin, putting things on your skin in case of allergic reactions. You want to stay away from products that have patents, whatever you want to call them, copyrights. In terms of products that are really, really good, are you on about products that are good at the moment or just in general?
In general. Or
Okay,
I mean, if you can share an example of a specific product, that would be great.
Okay, yeah. So there was a very, very successful product. I'm sure you were aware of it. The back posture product.
Well, what's that?
It's the posture corrector brace where you put it on your posture,
I know, yeah.
and it lifts your back up.
Okay.
That was a very successful product in dropshipping. It was successful in Amazon as well. I know. That was a good example of a good product. Another product is the pet grooming glove. So it's a glove you put on your hand and you groom your dog and it takes the hair off.
Okay. Oh, nice.
So that's another really good one. Again, it's a convenient product. It's there for ease of use. It gets good results for the dog. So that's another example of a good product. An example of a bad product would be a product that's bad quality, doesn't have much, so it doesn't have good videos online, doesn't have good pictures. It doesn't have many sales. It has too much sales. So you don't want a too saturated product, and you don't want a product that's too new because it's got no proof of concept. There's a lot of variables that go into identification.
How do you estimate your sales? Like you said, you don't want a product that has too few sales. Or do you mean on AliExpress?
Yeah, so I like to go to AliExpress, and I like to know that the product's got between 1,000 and 5,000 orders.
Okay.
Anything over 20,000, in my opinion, is just too saturated.
Okay, cool. So that's a kind of a market research right on AliExpress, because it tells you how many orders were shipped.
Tells you how many orders, how many daily orders it's getting, everything.
Okay. Do you need like any tools for this, or?
There's something called the Dropshipping Center in AliExpress, and when you get Dropshipping Center, it's completely free. You can get the URL of the product page on AliExpress, paste it in there, and it tells you the whole analytics.
Okay. Oh, very cool. And this dropshipping center, is it something official? Like they want people to be able to dropship based on this, or?
Yeah, AliExpress are basically endorsing, promoting dropshipping, because that's how AliExpress make a lot of money.
Oh, nice. Okay, so how do I find this? Can I Google like AliExpress
you
dropshipping?
Google AliExpress Dropshipping Center, and it will take you there.
Okay. So what do I need to do to get access? Is it like for everybody, or is a company?
The Dropshipping Center.
Yeah.
It's for everybody. You just have to sign up, like with an email, password. That's pretty much
very easy going. Okay, cool.
Very, very easy.
Okay. So tell me, like you mentioned that the product should be emotional, right? So I can imagine like that there must be some types of products
so
work
for
better.
Example, let me give you a very, very good example of this. So we sold something called a pregnancy seatbelt. And what the pregnancy seatbelt does is it's a way the seatbelt goes across the woman's stomach. So if they have a car crash, it doesn't affect the baby with the pressure of the seatbelt. So when you market that, you could get very emotional and say, look, you do not want to be this X amount of number of people a year that lose their babies because of not having a pregnancy seatbelt.
Nice. Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like it's rather something like this that maybe something like a screwdriver. I don't know, unless it's a very cool screwdriver, right? So is it like an emotional buy that they are doing? Like
it's an emotional buy, because if a woman was to see that ad and see a video, see pictures, see proof, see fact numbers, they're going to think, oh my God, what happens if I'm the next person that's in a car crash when I'm pregnant and I could potentially, So
but is it rather spontaneous?
What do you mean by spontaneous?
Like you are browsing through. Once I bought a gadget on probably on such a website. It was like a very cool little tool. You can open bottles with it, and there was
Oh yeah, yeah,
balance.
yeah.
And it was, for me, it was completely spontaneous. I was like browsing Facebook, and it showed me an ad, and I thought, okay, I want to have this. And is it more like this, or people that are, I don't know, thinking or looking for something?
Yeah, so like I said, with dropshipping Shopify style, it's not search intent. So when
Mm-hmm.
people look for those products, they're not searching on Amazon or Google
Yeah.
for those products. It's what we call explosive marketing. So we
Mm-hmm.
target a certain category on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
The ad will show on their timeline,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll look at it and think, "Oh my god!" So it's what we call explosive marketing. They're
Okay.
not looking for it, but we
Yeah.
show it them without them
Nice.
knowing it's going to be there.
Okay, let's talk about marketing, because I think I can imagine how to set up a Shopify store and so on. So suppose it's there, because marketing is the key here, right? So
Yeah.
you said Facebook, Google Shopping, what else?
You've
YouTube.
got things like Instagram influencers, YouTube
Mm-hmm.
influencers,
Mm-hmm.
TikTok influencers, YouTube ads, Bing ads. You got loads and loads
Mm-hmm.
and loads.
So what's the channel that you would recommend for starters to start with?
I think it depends on your budget. Now, if you've got a budget between, let's say, $200 and $500, I would say Instagram influencers, TikTok influencers. If you've got $1,000, then I'd say Facebook advertising,
Okay,
because
and
Facebook ads are very, very expensive.
but like you said, we will be making money on every sale, right? So why do I need so much money up front?
Because you're not going to make money straight away when you spend on advertising.
Mm-hmm.
So you might spend on advertising for a week,
Mm-hmm.
but you might not make any money, because with Facebook, you have to collect data. So the
Mm-hmm.
more data you collect, the better
Yeah.
your marketing becomes, the better
Mm-hmm.
quality it becomes. So it might take you 2 weeks to make money, but if you haven't got any money to put in at the start, then it's not
Yeah.
good.
Okay, got it. So how do you make ads on Facebook in terms of the ad itself? Like, do you need video or
Yeah,
pictures?
I'd recommend 100% videos, because
Mm-hmm.
videos have a higher watch rate, a
Mm-hmm.
higher watch time. They have a higher click-through rate.
Mm-hmm.
So videos, and with videos, you can get the product point across better. You can show it in real life examples.
Mm-hmm.
People can connect with it. So definitely videos. That's the best way of advertising with Facebook.
How do you make a video, or do you find products which already have videos?
Yeah, so the way you can find videos for your product is the AliExpress supplier tends to have a video anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't, you can go onto YouTube, find other people that
Mm-hmm.
have had the product, made videos on it. You can go onto Amazon. Amazon sellers have videos. You can go onto places like Facebook, look for other
Mm-hmm.
competitors and look to see how they got their videos. Or you can pay a service to make videos for you. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
services out there that'll do it for you. Or you can get your product sent to a filming team to get it professionally done.
So what would you recommend for the beginning? Rather looking for a product with
At the
videos?
beginning, you want to take content from lots of different places, chop it into lots of different pieces. Because if you just take one video away, you can get
Mm-hmm.
done for copyright. But if you take lots of different videos, chop them up in every 5 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
then technically you can't get done for copyright. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we recommend doing it that way. And then once you get a product that does really, really well and it makes
Mm-hmm.
money, reinvest the profit into getting a real video on your own made of the product.
Mm-hmm.
That way you'll have no copyright issues when you scale the product.
So tell me, like, if I want to maybe earn $1,000 per month, pure profit.
In revenue or profit.
Profit. So how many products do I need? Is it like a dozen, or typically, or hundreds, or 10, or 1,000 products?
On your website?
Well, using Shopify dropshipping.
Yeah, so with Shopify dropshipping, the method that I teach is one product. So you make
Mm-hmm.
a one product store around the product,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just sell that one product.
And is it realistic to make $1,000 in profit with only one product?
Yeah, with one product, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason why is because when you build a one product store, you look more like a brand.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing about a one product store is customers' attention rate's a lot better. They're not getting distracted by loads of different things. And the way you increase your average order value is by doing upsells. So when they check out, it will say in the checkout, why not get this with it, So they're great ways to increase your AOV, average order value.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of making $1,000 in profit a month, the average profit margin is between 15 and 25%. So if you do the math, you can kind of work out how much you need to be selling a month to make that. So
yeah. Okay, but it's rather like, because we have this private label method on Amazon where you concentrate on few products, or maybe even on one product. And we have guys who are doing wholesale. To make money in wholesale, you need like thousands of products, or maybe hundreds of products. But your method is rather like a small amount of products, but done really well.
Yeah, so you find one product. So this is the basically the journey to success. Now, you find a product in a one product store, you sell it, you collect the Facebook pixel data based on that audience. So let's say I'm selling a phone case, okay? Now it's a phone case that has, it's not just your basic phone case. It's got something to it that makes it really entertaining. So let's say I sell a phone case. I target phone users on Facebook, iPhone users, Samsung users, all of that stuff. Let's say that product does really, really well. Then what I can do is I can then build a niche store around all phone cases, iPhone screen protectors. That way I've got the Facebook data to then target all of those people with that data. It makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So tell me.
So you start small and then you branch out. Once you find what works, then you branch out.
Yeah. Tell me, like my experience with Facebook ads is that they're expensive, right? So how do you like make a sale for $7-8 spent in ads?
Yeah, so if you want to get a cost per result, cost per purchase at $8, you'd have to be on Facebook for at least spending money at least a week and a half. Now, you normally, when you're selling a product for, let's say, $20, $30, $40, you normally spend $30 a day. And to get a consistent cost per result at that number you're looking for, you're looking at about a week and a half. But the key to getting a cost per result low is running ads, testing things, testing variations, testing variables, finding what works, narrowing it down, perfecting it, and then you can then make consistent numbers.
So what conversion rate are we talking about?
2 to 3%, 2 to 3%.
2 to 3% of people who see the ads end up buying the product, or just clicking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the click-through rate is between 4 and 6. The actual conversion from actually buying the product, you're looking at between 2 and 3%. That's average. That is average. Now, you've got people that are doing 5%, which is above average, and then you've got people that are doing excellent numbers, which is 10%.
Okay, I get it. But like if it's 3%, that means like one of 30 clicks will buy. So I'm paying like $7.
The way we look at it, which I think this is going to really help you. So what we say is, out of between 50 and 100 store visits, you're going to get one sale.
Okay. And what does it mean for
on
the
average,
click price? Is it like
50 and 100, you'll get a sale? Sorry.
For the click price, like click budgets, how much do you spend? Is it like 20 cent, 25 cent per click?
Cost per click can range from 20 cents all the way up to $1.50.
Okay, and that's realistic. Like
honestly, it all depends on the product cost. It depends on the competition, because with Facebook, it's a bidding system. You have to pay for the highest bid. So it really does differentiate.
So how do you target? Like, suppose we have you said mentioned a phone case, right? Okay, that's probably an easy one because you would target people who have this phone. Exactly the one. But let's say it's something more.
Let's say we're selling some gym equipment. Okay, we would target things like Gymshark, because you can target things like clothing brands. Gymshark's a big clothing brand. You might want to target things like Nike, Adidas. You might want to target things like protein shake brands. USN is a protein shake brand. You might want to target things like gyms, 24-hour fitness, Simply Gym, Gymshark gyms, things like that. You might want to target things like physical fitness. So you can target things like interest, behaviors. So you can actually target somebody's behavior. So there's loads of different ways you can do it.
Okay, got it. And basically, you need to learn and test and see what works best and drive your click
so what you
price
do
down.
is you test loads of different audiences, different ages, different audience types, different genders, different countries. And then after around about a week, you will know what will work well and what won't work well. And then you keep refining. The more you refine, the more cheaper ads get.
Okay, so tell me, how does Google Shopping work? What is even Google Shopping? Maybe for those who don't know.
So with Google Shopping, you have to make a merchant. You have to make a merchant account, and then do you know when you search on Google, let's say for example, a phone case, and you get those little image,
Yeah.
the price tag on it.
Yeah.
That's how it works. And what you can do is you can basically, let's say so you got something called keywords. Keywords is the phrase people use to search for something. So let's say somebody searches for iPhone case. I might want to use iPhone case as a keyword.
Mm-hmm.
And I might want my shopping ad to appear for that keyword.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then Google shows them basically my product. It's not like a SEO or a normal ad which leads to the website, but it's Google knows it's a product, right? And there's a price tag.
Because you make something called a merchant center, so you can actually upload your products to the merchant center,
Mm-hmm.
and then once they click on it, it will say visit the website. It will give it the details. It will give it everything, but it's like a little snippet of it.
Okay, and to set that up, you need. How do you get basically your products from Shopify into this merchant center? Is there like an automatic?
So actually, Shopify have something. Shopify is very, very good. Shopify has integrations with everything. So you get a app called Google on Shopify, and it connects the data together. Okay. As long as you've got a merchant account, as long as you've got a Shopify account, you download it and they just sync.
Okay, cool. So there's no like manual work. It's
very easy, very, very easy.
And what options do you have there? Like you don't get to select keywords other than the texts in your listing, right?
What do you mean? Sorry.
So Google, like it's not like a normal Google ad where you have your ad and you tell Google which keywords to show it for. It's rather like you say, tell Google, okay, Google, here's my product, and Google knows themselves when to show it, right?
Yeah, Google have everything has an algorithm now. Google have their own recommendations. Same with Facebook, they recommend their own things to you. Do I think their recommendations are good? I don't think they're great. I think actually doing your own research is better than listening to what they offer.
Well, like what do you need to when you list it on Google, right? What do you need to set up, or what kind of like criteria can you change? Is it just the bid price basically and the budget? Or is there anything else
you can change loads of things. You can change what you want. So you can change what action you want them to take. Do you want them to actually what is it you want them to do? Do you want them as a click? Do you want them as an impression? What do you want it to be? So you can actually choose the objective of what they do.
What works best? Is it click?
Me personally, I think clicks do the best all the time. Me personally, I think clicks do the best. It depends what you want to do, because it depends, because some people might want to do impressions because they might want to do retargeting after, which means retarget the people that showed an impression.
Okay, so let's say we don't want to retarget, we just want to make money straight away, and then we don't need to see this customer again. At least when we're just starting out, we don't have any email funnels or so. So what's the I assume like the bid will depend on the conversion rate, right? But what's the normal conversion rate?
The bid all depends on how many people are bidding for the same keyword. So let's say 100 people are bidding for the same keyword, the bids will go higher.
Okay, but like, how do I know how much I can afford to bid?
What do you mean by that?
Like on Facebook,
in terms of how much you can spend to bid to make money.
Exactly.
So you need to know your profit margin. You need to know all your costs, and then you can work out, I can spend $2 on this bid to get a click, or you can spend $3.
What's the typical conversion rate on Google Shopping? Like on Facebook, you said it's between 3 and whatever %, but on Google Shopping, what is it?
Conversion rate for buying or clicking?
For buying.
In terms of buying, me personally, I would say 3 to 5%. That's off my own opinion in terms of my own results and other people that I know. Okay,
so basically 3 to 5%. It means you get 20 to 30 clicks until somebody buys, right?
The reason why Google has a higher conversion rate is because when people are searching with intent for that, they're obviously searching with the intent to buy it in the first place. With Facebook, you're just showing it to people, and then they have to then show interest. So that's why it's a higher conversion.
Okay, but if I know like every third, like 20s to 30s click brings me a customer, and I know I have like $8 budget for for advertisement on one item. So I can calculate my bid then, and it will be, I guess,
Oh
like
yeah, you can
20 cents.
calculate with Google. It shows you as well, like the bid history on a
Hmm.
keyword. It shows you
Hmm.
all of that, so you can get an idea of how much it's going to cost.
Okay, very cool. So would you recommend anything else, like YouTube ads? You mentioned YouTube for
YouTube ads are
beginners.
very, very good. YouTube ads are very undersaturated, very cheap at the moment, and they're very, very good.
Hmm. How does this work? Like, other than I assume I need to have a video, or is it just a banner?
Yeah, so with YouTube, it's video because obviously YouTube is a video platform that people
Hmm.
go on to watch a lot of videos. Now, in terms of how you use it, is you go to the Google,
Hmm.
you go to Google to advertise again, and then under Google you go to video as a
Hmm.
placement, and then it automatically takes you to the YouTube platform.
Hmm.
And then again, you can pick search terms, channels, all of those kind of things to actually use as a placement.
How would you target it at the beginning? Like, rather by channel or by search word or demography?
Personally, from results, me personally,
Mhm.
search terms have done better than channel.
Okay, very cool. So if somebody's looking for a pregnancy belt for women, then you show them your
You
ad.
might want to target things like pregnancy, pregnancy tips, pregnancy hacks, things like that.
Hmm. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got Facebook, we've got Google, and we've got YouTube. Anything else we should?
Instagram influencers is a big one.
Okay, how do you find them?
So Instagram. So let's say I'm selling a fitness product again. I might want to go onto a website called Clout HQ, Clout HQ. It's completely free,
Hmm.
and they've got a directory center where you can search for influencers based on a certain niche.
Hmm.
And then they will show you influencers in that industry, and it
Hmm.
will show you their engagement rate. It will show you how many followers they've got, when the account was made, how much on average it will cost to work with them. Now, the engagement you want from an Instagram influencer is between 2 and 3%.
Hmm.
Anything lower than that, then tend to be not very good.
Hmm.
But personally, I go for engagement rates between 8 and 10.
Hmm.
That's how you get the best results.
Hmm.
But basically, you're just trying to find somebody that has influence in that industry on Instagram. You send them the product, and then they review it and make a video of it, and then post
Hmm.
it on their Instagram.
Oh, okay. So and like, how do they get paid? Do you pay
You can
them or?
either pay them an upfront fee, or you can pay them based on revenue share. So you might give them 40% of the profit.
Is it done through this platform, Cloud HQ, or do you need to basically negotiate it with them yourself?
You can do it through Clout HQ, but I'd recommend you do it off. You only
Hmm.
use Clout HQ to find the people,
Hmm.
but then you DM them or email them
Yeah.
to negotiate and stuff.
Okay, I got it. Interesting. All right, Instagram. Anything else, or would you
They're
say
pretty
that's
much
it?
the main ones. There are a few others, but they're not the main ways to do things.
Hmm. Okay, so got it. So we've got our product, we've got our marketing. Let's talk about well, shipping, but basically you don't need any logistics, right? You're completely
Yeah, basically you have an
online.
app that integrates with Shopify. It
Hmm.
tells the app. So let's say you're doing AliExpress drop shipping, you might want to download Oberlo. Oberlo will automatically tell Ali.
Hmm.
So you literally click, you go to the Oberlo app on Shopify, you
Hmm.
click orders, you click fulfill order. It'll take you to the AliExpress, fill out all the details, make the order for you, and then it will
Okay.
notify the customer with the shipping details, tracking numbers, everything.
But you do need to click on the order manually every
Yeah,
time
you do
it
need
comes
to
in.
go into the app and click one button. That's it.
Okay. Okay, so it's called Umbrella. We'll maybe we'll put a link in the description. But I've heard.
Oberlo, yes,
Uh,
it's the biggest user-friendly free option out there
mhm.
for fulfillment. You can get bulk ordering, so if you get 100 orders, you click one button, it does all
Mhm.
100.
Mhm. So, like, how many sales a day does a typical dropshipper do if they want to be like, successful and earn a living? Is it like?
Again, it's a hard question because it depends on how much your product costs.
Mhm.
Because depending on if you're doing high ticket products, you might only need to sell 5 a day.
Yeah.
If you're doing cheap products, you might need to sell 20 a day, 30 a day,
Mhm.
40 a day, 50 a day. But if we look at some of my own analytics, so if I go
Mhm.
to my own analytics, so let's go to Shopify. So you can see I'm on my Shopify dashboard right now. You can see we're currently at 2 seconds. I'm just going to quickly refresh this. You can see we're currently at 1,000 today.
Oh my God. Oh, is it dollars or price? It's dollars.
That is dollars.
Mhm.
You can see it 1,000 a day. If we look
Yeah.
at, let's say, the month, so the month currently we're at 22,000.
Nice.
So we're
Nice.
currently at 22,000. So we're currently doing $1,000 consistently a day with a
Mm-hmm.
22% profit margin. So
Mm-hmm.
it's around about,
Mm-hmm.
we're doing between, yes, I would say it's between a day, we're doing between 1,000 to 1,500. So I'd say 1,250 with a 23% profit margin.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And are you like clicking these buttons yourself, or do you have a VA for
Yeah,
shipping
so
orders?
when you get to a point where you're getting lots of orders and
Mm-hmm.
things are doing well, you
Mm-hmm.
might want to hire VAs from
Mm-hmm.
Upwork or Fiverr who
Mm-hmm.
will do the customer service for you,
Mm-hmm.
who will do the orders for you, which is important.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so tell me, like, what else do I need? Like, do I need to take care of returns, or maybe I don't know,
Yeah,
some
so
like.
there is you will always get returns. That
Mm-hmm.
it's always going to happen, and how you deal with the returns is you just get the customer to ship it back to the AliExpress seller.
Basically to China.
Yeah, basically to China.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are there any problems like disputes on Stripe or something like this, or PayPal
Yeah, you'll
banning
get what we
your
call a
funds?
chargeback. You'll either get a chargeback or a dispute. So they
Mm-hmm.
are two common things that you get. How often do you get them? Me
Mm-hmm.
personally, most people that I know only get maybe one or two a month.
Mm-hmm. And like, how loyal is actually Stripe or PayPal? Like, are they like Amazon? As soon as the customer complains, they completely block your money, or
Yeah, so with PayPal, I would say Stripe honestly is really good and
mhm.
don't really ever have problems with them. I feel like most gateways are very biased to the customer, not the to the buyer. Not
Yeah,
sorry, the payment gateways are very biased to the people that buy, not the sellers. You know, us sellers, they hate us for some reason. They don't like us.
yeah,
But Stripe,
we're
honestly,
used to it.
don't really have much problems. Stripe have something called Stripe chargeback protection. So Stripe
Mm-hmm.
actually offers something now called Stripe chargeback protection.
Mm-hmm.
So it protects you from fraudulent buyers.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of PayPal, yes, if you get a dispute, majority of times you're going to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Do they hold your money? Now, PayPal will only hold your money if you don't update the tracking numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you're updating the tracking numbers every day, you won't have much problems.
Okay, so tell me, how long does it take you to start to launch a new product?
So you find the
Based.
product, do the research, find a good supplier that I can rely on to build the store, to actually create the marketing materials. I would say probably 2-3 days.
2 to 3 days.
Yeah, I've done a few 24-hour challenges on my YouTube channel where I actually, in 24 hours, pick a brand new product and whatnot.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we'll put a link to your YouTube channel into the description. By the way, I saw you have a course there. It's like a 4-hour video
Yeah, it's
where
a
you basically
4 hour
explain
and
what.
50-minute video, which will take, you know what, the free course is great because all the people that are watching this now that are interested, it will take them from right beginning to right end.
Mhm. So tell me, Kamil, like you said, you're doing mentoring. How does this work?
Yeah, so our company, Ecommerce Mentoring, offers mentorship where it's one-to-one. So you get a mentoring specialist that will work with you for a whole month and take you through each part of the process, making sure that you don't make mistakes because you've got an expert with you on that. And they get
Mhm.
on a Skype or Zoom call with you every other day, screen
Mhm.
record, and you can record the calls as well
Mhm.
to make sure that the process is smooth. And in between calls, you can contact them, WhatsApp, iMessage, whatever works best.
Mhm. Okay, cool. So basically, like for somebody who wants it faster or doesn't want to like do it themselves,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good option. Okay, got
So
it.
it's a
And
very good
how?
option for those that have a good 1 to 3 hours a day that are committed to it. Not looking for a get rich quick scheme, looking for a
Mhm.
long term model, and don't want to waste money on making mistakes. Don't want to waste time making mistakes. It's a great option. Yeah.
So let me ask you one. And oh, by the way, we'll put the link into the description. Let me ask you one more question. Like, how
Mm-hmm.
passive is this? So suppose we went through this process and built them. I mean, everybody wants to build a passive business and do nothing and just relax on
Mm-hmm.
the beach. But um, like realistically, do you need to launch a new product every other month because the old ones dry out?
Yeah,
Or
so a product lifespan is typically between 4 and 12 months, depending. It
Mhm.
really depends, but on average, it's 4 to 12 months.
Mhm.
How much can you automate on this business? Me personally, 60% is the maximum you can do.
So sorry, what's that? 60%?
60% is the maximum you can automate. You can automate customer service, you can automate filling products, managing customers, but in terms of the marketing, in terms of finding the products, in terms of managing the main like taxes and all that kind of stuff, you should be doing that as the business is done.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, very nice. So thanks so much, Kamil. There was a totally new topic for our channel, and if you guys have any questions, then feel free to post them below, or just follow the link in the description and go to Kamil's channel and watch his video, and yeah, give him a like as well, and like this video as well.
Yeah, make sure you like the video.
Thanks so much.
No worries. I really appreciate you having me on board.
Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked this show. If so, then don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and let us know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions or wishes, who we should invite or which topics we should cover, or if you'd like to come to our show and tell your story, then also leave us a comment. See you next time, and good luck. Bye-bye.